I incline to Cain's heresy.
I let my brother go to the devil in his own way.
Did you ever remark that? Yes, I have. It is curious, isn't it? And what do you make of it?
Do you know the door, indeed? It wasn't like a man, it was like some damn juggernaut. It is connected in my mind with a very odd story.
He was perfectly cool and made no resistance, but gave me one look so ugly that it brought out the sweat on me like running. I had taken a loathing to my gentleman at first sight.
As emotional as a bagpipe. Well, sir, he was like the rest of us. Every time he looked at my prisoner, I saw that Sawbones turned sick and white with the desire to kill him.
If you choose to make capital out of this accident, I am naturally helpless. No gentleman but wishes to avoid a scene. Name your figure. We screwed him up to £100 for the child's family.
I will stay with you till the bank's open and cash the cheque myself.
Not a bit of it. The cheek was genuine.
And you don't know if the drawer of the cheque lives there? Or out of that one, but once in a great while, the gentleman of my adventure.
There are 3 windows looking on the court on the first floor, none below. The windows are always shut, but they're clean. And then there is a chimney which is generally smoking, so somebody must live there.
You are sure he used a key, my dear sir? I can't see what harm it would do. It was a man of the name of Hyde.
Mr. Utterson, what a curious will. A man of science, a man of learning, and yet...
Mr. Utterson, if Hyde is not a man, but a creature, what manner of thing is he? Mr. Utterson, I must find him.
I thought it was madness, and now I begin to fear it is disgrace.
If anyone knows, it will be Lanyon.
I wish the friends were younger, but I suppose...
Did you ever come across a protégé of his? One Hyde? Laney. It was a night of little ease to his toiling mind.
If he be Mr. Hyde, I shall be Mr. Seek. There it is again. At last.
Mr. Hyde, I think. That is my name. What do you want?
I am an old friend of Dr. Jekyll's. Mr. Utterson of Gaunt Street, you must have heard of my name. And meeting you so conveniently, I thought you might admit me. You will not find Dr. Jekyll. He is from home.
Now I shall know you again. It may be useful. Yes, it is as well we have met. And apropos, you should have my address.
Must be something else. There is something more, if I could find a name for it.
Is Dr. Jekyll at home, Poole?
Will you wait here by the fire, sir? Or shall I give you a light in the dining room?
This hall, in which he was now left alone, was a pet fancy of his friend the doctor's, and Utterson himself was wont to speak of it as the pleasantest room in London.
I saw Mr. Hyde go in by the old dissecting room door, Poole. Is that right, when Dr. Jekyll is from home? Yes, sir, he does indeed. We have all orders to obey him.
I have been wanting to speak to you, Jekyll. You know that will of yours?
A close observer might have gathered that the topic was distasteful.
But I must put my shoulder to the wheel. If Jekyll will but let me. If Jekyll will only let...
My poor Ut, you are unfortunate in such a client. You know I never approved of it. Jekyll, you know me. I am a man to be trusted.
I have no doubt you are perfectly right. Well, but since we have touched upon this business, and for the last time I hope, there is one point I should like you to understand.
I only ask for justice. I only ask you to help him, for my sake, when I am no longer here. I can't pretend that I shall ever like him!
Never had she felt more at peace with all men, or thought more kindly of the world.
Sir, I beg your pardon, sir.
You meddle where you don't belong! I'll teach you to meddle!
Mr. Ut. Miss Faster, this will make a deal of noise. Is this Mr. Hyde a person of small stature?
A district of some city. In a nightmare, the slain Miss...
We wish to see his rooms. He's not at home. He's been in and out all night. He don't seem a very popular character.
You may depend upon it, sir. I have him in my hand.
This is the first time I have been here. It feels like a tomb.
What manner of man is this, and what manner of devil?
And now, you have heard the news?
They were crying it in the square. I heard them in my dining room.
You seem pretty sure of him, and for your sake I hope you may be right.
You fear, I suppose, that it might lead to his detection? No, I cannot say that I care what becomes of Hyde. I am quite done with him. I was thinking of my own character, which this hateful business has rather exposed.
Well, let me see the letter. The letter was written in an odd, upright hand and signed Edward Hyde.
Chief of sinners, I am the chief of sufferers also. I could not think that this earth contained a place for sufferings and terrors so unmanning, and you can do but one thing, Utterson, to lighten this destiny, and that is to respect my silence.
I have buried one friend today. What if this should cost me another?
A great curiosity came on the trustee to disregard the prohibition and dive at once to the bottom of these mysteries. But professional honor and faith to his dead friend were stringent obligations, and the packet slept.
I cannot escape it, no, not this time.
I hope not, I hope not. Oh, no.
You stay too much indoors. You should be out, whipping up the circulation like Mr. Enfield and me. You are very good. I should like to very much, but no, no, no. It is quite impossible. I dare not.
God forgive us, God forgive us.
I've been afraid for about a week, sir, and I can bear it no more.
Come, I think there's been foul play, sir.
Never in my life had I been conscious of so sharp a wish to see and touch my fellow creatures.
Well, sir, here we are, and God grant there be nothing wrong. What? Are you all here? Very irregular, very unseemly. Your master would be far from pleased.
And now, reach me a candle, and we'll get this through, hands at once.
Mr. Utterson, sir, asking to see you. Tell him I cannot see anyone.
Tell him I cannot see anyone. Tell him I cannot see anyone!
Was that my master's voice? It seems much changed. Changed. Well, yes, I think so.
Have you any of these papers?
Yes, sir. I brought it back as soon as I...
It's a strange note. This is a strange note. Yes, sir. It was not like the others. The man at Moore's was main angry, sir, and he threw it back to me like so much dirt.
Seen him?
Seen him? Yes, sir. I came suddenly into the theatre from the garden. It seems he had slipped out to look for this drug or whatever it is, for the cabinet door was open, and there he was at the far end of the room digging among the crates. He looked up when I came in, gave a kind of cry.
Sir, if that was my master, why had he a mask upon his face? If it was my master, why did he cry out like a rat and run from me?
That thing was not my master, and there's the truth. My master is a tall, fine build of a man, and this was more of a dwarf.
Poole, if you say that, it will become my duty to make certain.
There is an axe in the theatre, and you might take the kitchen poker for yourself.
Do you know, Poole, that you and I are about to place ourselves in a position of some peril?
Well, sir, it went so quick, and the creature was so doubled up that I could hardly swear to that.
And now, Poole, let us get to ours. So it will walk all day, sir, eh? And the better part of the night.
Once I heard it weeping.
Jekyll, I demand to see you. Ah, that's not Jekyll's voice, it's Hyde's. Down with the door, Poole!
He was dressed in clothes far too large for him, clothes of the doctor's bigness. The cords of his face still moved with a semblance of life, but life was quite gone, and by the crushed file in the hand and the strong smell of kernels that hung upon the air, Utterson knew that...
We have come too late, whether to save or punish. Hyde is gone to his account, and it only remains for us to find the body of your master.
The far greater proportion of the building was occupied by the theatre, which filled almost the whole ground story and was lighted from above, and by the cabinet, which formed an upper story at one end and looked upon the...
This does not look like use. Do you not see, sir? It is broken. Much as if a man had stamped on it.
This glass has seen some strange things, sir. And surely none stranger than itself.
For what did Jekyll want with it, you may...
He has been all these days in possession.
Why don't you read it, sir? Because I fear, God grant, I have no cause for it.
There was a third enclosure. Here, sir.
I would say nothing of this paper. If your master has fled or is dead, we may at least save his credit. My oldest friends, and although we may have differed at times on scientific questions, I cannot remember, at least on my side, any break in our affection.
Lanyon, my life, my honor, my reason are all at your mercy. If you fail me tonight, I am lost.
I want you to postpone all other engagements for tonight, even if you were summoned to the bedside of an emperor. To take a cab, unless your carriage should be actually at the door, and with this letter in your hand for consultation, to drive straight to my house.
I made sure my colleague was insane.
I felt bound to do as he requested.
The door was very strong, the lock excellent, the carpenter
A simple matter of chemistry, nothing more, nothing less.
This is no ordinary powder. This is something else entirely.
If this man comes to me, I will not be the one to open the door.
You come from Dr. Jekyll? You have not answered me. I have never set eyes on you before.
Have you got it? Have you got it? Come, sir. You forget that I have not yet the pleasure of your acquaintance. Be seated, if you please.
I beg your pardon, Dr. Lanyon. What you say is very well founded, and my impatience has shown its heels to my politeness.
You are graduated glass? The mixture, it is changing. Will you be wise? Will you be guided?
A cry followed. He refilled
Oh God, Henry, what is it? Oh God, what have you done?
I saw what I saw, I heard what I heard, and my soul sickened at it. Henry, do you believe it?
I concealed my pleasures. I stood already committed to a profound duplicity of life.
It was thus rather the exacting nature of my aspirations than any particular degradation in my faults that made me what I was. I saw that, of the two natures that contend...
You are here, Utterson, not to comfort me, but to question me.
In the field of my consciousness, even if I could rightly be said to be either, it was only because I was radically both.
For two good reasons, I will not enter deeply into this scientific branch of my confession.
I hesitated long before I put this theory to the test of practice. The most racking pangs succeeded, a grinding in the bones, deadly nausea, and a horror of this.
Knew myself, at the first breath of this new life, to be more wicked, tenfold more wicked.
I crossed the yard. I could have thought, with wonder, the first creature of that sort that their unsleeping vigilance had yet disclosed to them.
This too was myself. It seemed natural and human. In my eyes it bore a livelier image of the spirit. It seemed more express and single than the imperfect and divided continents I had been hitherto accustomed to call mine.
And in so far I was doubtless right. I have observed that when I wore the semblance of Edward Hyde, none could come near to me at first without a visible misgiving of the flesh.
No longer mine, and hurrying back to my cabinet, I once more prepared and drank the cup.
And came to myself once more, with the character, the stature, and the face of Henry Jekyll. That night I had come to the fatal crossroads.
I had but to drink the cup, to doff at once the body of the noted professor, and to assume, like a thick cloak, that of Edward Hyde.
I was the first that ever did so for his pleasures. But for me and my impenetrable mantle, the safety was complete.
Henry Jekyll stood at times aghast before the acts of Edward Hyde, but the situation was apart from ordinary laws, and insidiously relaxed the grasp of conscience.
Dr. Henry Jekyll. I smiled to myself, and in my psychological way, began lazily to inquire into the elements of this illusion.
Dr. Henry Jekyll? But the hand which I now saw...
Dr. Henry Jekyll was the hand of Edward Hyde.
Jekyll, what is this? Jekyll?
No, I have awakened Edward Hyde.
Mr. Hyde?
No, no. I am Dr. Jekyll.
I feel the tide of blood rising, and with it a danger that threatens to overtake me. If this continues, I fear I may lose myself entirely to Hyde.
The drug no longer works as it once did. I have had to double, even treble the dose, and now I fear the balance of my nature is shifting beyond my control.
Between Jekyll and Hyde, I must choose. To side with Jekyll is to deny my desires. To side with Hyde is to forsake all that I have ever known. The bargain may be unequal, but I must make a choice.
I chose the better part and was found wanting in the strength to keep to it.
I made this choice perhaps with some unconscious reservation.
And that I struck in no more reasonable spirit than that in which a sick child may break a plaything.
I saw my life as a whole. I followed it up from the days of childhood.
I could have screamed aloud. I sought with tears and prayers to smother.
The problem of my conduct was solved. Hyde was henceforth...
You have been more withdrawn of late, Jekyll. I feared something had befallen you.
I have been struggling with myself, with the past.
I was like my former self. I was like Hyde.
I was once more Edward Hyde. A moment before I had been safe of all men's respect, wealthy, beloved, the cloth laying for me in the dining room at home, and now I was the common quarry of mankind, hunted, houseless, a known murderer, thrall to the
I have more than once observed that in my second character, my faculties seemed sharpened to a point and my spirits more tensely elastic. Thus it came about that where Jekyll perhaps might have succumbed, Hyde rose to the importance of the moment.
I remembered that of my original character. One part remained to me. I could write my own hand, and once I had conceived that kindling spark, the way that I must follow became lighted up from end to end.
I gnashed my teeth upon him with a gust of devilish fury, and the smile withered from his face, happily for him, yet more happily for myself, for in another instant I had certainly dragged him from his purse.
Hyde, in danger of his life, was a creature new to me. Shaken with inordinate anger, strung to the pitch of murder, lusting to inflict pain.
Yet the creature was astute, mastered his fury with a great effort of the will, composed his two important letters, one to Lanny, one to Poole, and that he might receive actual evidence of their being posted, sent them out with directions that they should be registered.
Fear of the gallows, it was the horror of being Hyde that racked me.
I was stepping leisurely across the court after breakfast, drinking the chill of the air with pleasure, when I was seized again with those indescribable sensations that heralded the change.
It took on this occasion a double dose to recall me to myself.
It is not mere madness. It is a thing that lives within me, and it seeks to tear me apart.
And yet, I cannot shake the feeling that something within him is more than he can contain.
He is a monster, but I am the monster's shadow, and I will not be caged forever.
Prolong this description. No one has ever suffered such torments. Let that suffice. And yet even to these habit brought, no, not alleviation, but a certain callousness of soul, a certain acquiescence of despair.
My provision of the salt, which had never been renewed since the date of the first experiment, began to run low. I sent out for a fresh supply and mixed the draught. The ebullition followed, and the first change of colour, not the second. I drank it, and it was without efficiency.
This, then, is the last time, short of a miracle, that Henry Jekyll can think his own thoughts or see his own face, now how sadly altered, in the glass.